think Draymond Green has managed to do something that I've never seen done in NBA history. He screwed himself out of a contract. And all he was trying to do was help his team. So we're still fairly new in this new super team model, right? In today's NBA, where guys are theoretically taking less money to advance their teams. So over the last, I'd say 5 to 7 years, LeBron kind of started this, him and D-Wade and Chris Bosh, the Miami thing. They were willing to take less money on the court. As a matter of fact, LeBron and D-Wade took a little bit less money, and it allowed Chris Bosh to technically make the most money out of them, because Chris Bosh makes much less than what LeBron and D-Wade made off the court, right? So when the Miami Heat decided to get together and join this colossal of a big three, they pretty much took the same number, but Chris Bosh got a little bit more, right? When they decided to join each other financially to make it work, everyone had to take less. You could not play all three of those guys max money. It would not financially work for the Miami Heat, right? Or at least what they were willing to do. You couldn't sign two guys straight up and down and then re-sign Dwayne Wade for that type of money. So that kind of created this little new era in the NBA, right? Of let's take less, let's take less, let's take less. And it's been working, right? Like Steph Curry, you know, they got him on a bargain deal with Golden State a few years ago, right? Because of his ankle injury. When Steph Curry first got into the league, he signed a fairly cheap deal. I think it was a 4-year, $48 million deal. So he was only making like $12 million a year. And this dude was winning the MVP. So he was fairly under market value, right? So you were able to build this team because Steph Curry was on a very, very reasonable deal compared to what he was giving your team. Well, I think Steph kind of changed his narrative back. You know, Steph didn't take a dime less of what he could make, right? Kevin Durant's been taking less money over the last few years to make it work in Golden State. He could take more, but he's actually been the one taking less. And now I think with Steph Curry taking more, and then I also see LeBron James now maxing out, the narrative is changing again. So now we've kind of, you know, the league kind of follows what LeBron does. And I think LeBron and Steph Curry kind of spearheaded this thing. Now we're done taking less. I think guys have been talking to close friends. I think the Jay-Z's of the world, salute the Hove. I think the Steve Styles of the world. I think some of these very smart, astute businessmen are asking these players, look, I know championships are important to you guys, but this is a game of money. What are y'all doing? Y'all taking less so these rich owners can get richer, essentially, which is what's happening. You're allowing rich owners to pay less in luxury taxes to keep these teams together that are making these owners billions of dollars, right? So what you're doing now, what you're seeing now is guys like Steph Curry said, nope, I want to max out. LeBron, look what he did. He maxed out when he went to the Lakers. Maxed completely out. And now Kevin Durant has announced that this summer he's going to max out. Now, why did I bring up Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, you know, LeBron James? Because it's very relative to what's happening with Draymond Green. The money's going to be gone by the time it gets to him. Steph ain't take no discount. Steph wanted all of his. And I believe Steph Curry wanted some back pay. That's why I think he took the max money, because he wanted a little bit of that back pay that he felt like he was owed, kind of playing, you know, below market value for the Warriors for those 3-4 years. Now he's maxed out. Kevin Durant has announced, I'm maxing out this summer. Wherever I sign, I want all of mine. And he deserves all of his, right? Now, Klay Thompson's free as well this summer. So if you give Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant all of theirs, where are they going to find this money for Draymond Green next summer? Where are they going to find it from? I'll wait for your answer. They're not going to be able to find it. Draymond Green is the first athlete in NBA history I've seen screw themselves of this magnitude. It was Draymond Green who called Kevin Durant in the parking lot after his Golden State Warriors team lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 7 games. After LeBron and Kyrie brought them Cavs back from 3-1 down. That was Draymond Green reportedly crying to Kevin Durant, we need you. Leave us. Come to Golden State. Well, we play basketball the right way. And to be fair, the Warriors have did nothing but play basketball the right way the last 3-4 years. Give them credit. But with what has happened, Draymond has X'd himself out. Now, if you ask Draymond this publicly, right? If you ask him publicly, would you trade in a max contract for the opportunity to play for championships like you've been able to do the last 3-4 years? He publicly probably say yes. I believe privately he say hell no. As much as I want to win, I want to get paid a little bit more. He helped create this team, and now the team is on the verge of potentially dropping him in a year. They might do it this summer. I wouldn't rule that out. Let's say the Warriors win a championship. Let's say they win it again. And you could trade Drake. Let's say DeMarcus Cousins says, I like what we got here in Golden State. I'm looking at my market this year. I don't think I've shown teams enough. I'll stay with you guys for a $10 to $15 million deal a year. 1 year deal, $15 million a year. You don't think the Warriors are going to look into trading Draymond Green and getting rid of his contract and allowing themselves to get a couple role players for cheap? And then rolling with KD, DeMarcus Cousins, Steph, Clay, and better role players to kind of fill out their roster? You don't think they'd do that? To trade Draymond Green for a couple role players in a second round pick? You don't think they'd do that? I think they would. I think they would. You know, it'll help Draymond get paid, but at the end of the day, he ain't gonna be as valuable for that next team as he was for the Warriors. He helped build that team. It was him who signed off on Kevin Durant first. Him who signed off on DeMarcus Cousins first. It was him. When I seen last week that Draymond Green has opted to sign with Clutch Sports, for those who don't know who Clutch Sports is LeBron James' agency. But to be fair, technically it's Rich Paul's agency. One of LeBron's closest friends. It's Rich Paul. It's his agency, and he's doing a damn good job. He's got clients like obviously LeBron. Started with him. Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith. He's gotten all these guys paid. Ben Simmons. He's got all his guys paid. He does management for John Wall as well. He gets his guys paid. Anthony Davis is, the big situation in February. Anthony Davis recently signed with Clutch Sports. Why are guys signing with Clutch Sports? Generally speaking, it's to bail them out of a bad situation. That's really what's happening. With Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, got bailed out of some bad situations. We're never going to make the money that they ended up getting. They used LeBron and Rich Paul as leverage. You're looking at John Wall. I don't think he knows what he's doing. Like, right off the court, I don't think he knows what he's doing. Rich Paul, you step him in, help try to create this bad situation that he's built him in. And when I mean John Wall, I mean just from a PR standpoint, right? Anthony Davis, why did he get Rich Paul? Man, I am stuck in New Orleans. Can you get me out of here any sooner than when my contract is up? Right? I'm tired of losing. Draymond Green, hire Rich Paul. Can you bail me out of this bad situation that I put myself in? What's the bad situation? They about to screw me. The Warriors are about to screw me. And I think Draymond knows the fix is in. Let's say Kevin Durant decides to stay. And maybe KD leaves and then Draymond gets paid. If Kevin Durant decides to stay, there is no money for Draymond. They're going to keep Clay. Because you gotta please Steph no matter what. That's the face of the franchise. As great as Kevin Durant is, KD might be the better basketball player, but you have to please Steph. Steph ain't rocking with Clay leaving. You gotta sign Clay. Period. You gotta sign KD if he wants to be with you because he's the best player you got. You don't have to sign Draymond. You don't have to. It would be nice to keep that core together. You don't have to. And I'm telling you, that owner's not going to. Draymond believes the fix is in. And if they come back with that roster is currently constructed, if let's say KD signs on for 1 more year, max money, I think Draymond's going to wild out. I think he's going to wild because the fix is in. He sees it. The fix is in. They're going to get rid of him. They're going to find a way to get rid of him. Either they just play this thing out and don't sign him back when his contract's up next year, or they trade him at either the deadline or this summer. They're going to get rid of that boy. Y'all don't see that the fix is in? They're not going $1 billion in luxury tax for him. When I got DeMarcus Cousins, a better offensive player than what Draymond is at this point, he can pass the basketball. I won't say as an elite as Draymond can, but he's close. He can shoot the ball better than Draymond at this point in his career. Right? Once he understands that offense, that sophisticated offense, if he ever would, why do I need Draymond? I got a better version of Draymond than DeMarcus Cousins. Tougher, can do more for me on the court. Why would I need Draymond? Draymond is just the guy who got all these pieces together and they fired him. He's the hiring coordinator. He's the hiring coordinator that got fired. That's literally what his role is. And he better be careful. This next calendar year will be the biggest of Draymond's career. You better be careful, man. What's going on? I see it from a mile away. The fix is in. That's why you hired Rich Paul and Clutch Sports. Can you help me? Help me. They about to screw me. Never seen anything like it. God puts this team together. Help put this team together. The glue please of the team. Takes all the bad PR for this team. And they're going to try to move on from him as they move into this new arena. Never seen anything like it. I wonder if you got Draymond one-on-one, what would he say? Was it worth it? These championship runs that we've been able to make? Was it worth it if they don't decide to pay me? I've given my all for this organization. Body break it down, and they ain't going to even pay me. I wonder what Draymond admit if it's worth it. Was it worth it or not, man? The opportunity to play for championships, but not be financially compensated for it. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out.